So, welcome back to the practical series of Enterprise Java. So, today we'll study practical number 2B, that is create a servlet that uses cookies to store the number of times a user has visited servlet. So, here what we have to do is we have to create servlet that accept cookies the number of times a user has visited servlet. So, before moving forward, let's understand what are cookies. So basically cookies are small text files that are created by a server-side program such as Servlet run at the web server. To create a temporary session where the site is somewhere remembers in the short term what the user is doing or had chosen between the web page request. So here what happens is when we visit any website, there is an option of cookies that we have to enable. As you can see on the screen, here on the Facebook page, it has shown me a pop-up that do I want to allow the cookies or not. If I allow the cookies, then what it will do is it will create a small text file on my server side of my particular user, right? Not for every user, but for me. It will create a text file, and what it will do is it will store all the data, not all the data, but the data which is required to be stored in the cookies. So the example of that is login ID of the user which has logged in. So when it happens, so basically there are somewhere examples that it shows during the login form remember me. So during that remember me, what it does, it stores my data, means my login credentials, into the cookies. And what it does, it when next time I visit the website, it extracts from the cookies and stores in the username and password text field, and we don't have to again rewrite the data over there. It automatically populates the data over there. And another scenario, what it happens, it automatically logs in for me if the cookies are present. So what it does, it automatically logins the URL for me, and it redirects me to the dashboard page. So let's get to an example of it, and let's jump to the code. So we are back to the code, and to create the cookie, we have to create a new project, Java web application. Here we rename it as at practical 2B. Right, we'll click on next, click on finish. So it will create our project. So it has created our project, and we have got the index.html file. So we'll remove the unwanted code, and we'll rename our title as cookie demo. Since we are doing a practical of cookies, so we'll rename it as cookie demo. Inside the body tag, we'll create one form tag. In the form tag, we'll have two things, that is action as well as the method. So the method will be post by default, and the action will be to which servlet we have to redirect it to. So here we'll write user, enter username. We'll write input type over here as text. Name is equal to user ID. After that, what we will do is we'll create a button through which we can submit our data. So input type submit. Value will be click to enter. So the two things which need to be done over here are done. So first we'll create a servlet over here. So expand practical number our project, source packages, right click on source packages, add new. Here we'll rename it as page 1. Click on next, add to deployment descriptor, and click on finish. So it will create our first page, means our servlet. We'll remove the unwanted code from here. Since we are writing our own code, here we'll again write the public void do post, because we have written do post in the index.html page. So here we'll write http servlet request http servlet response throws servlet exception IO exception. So what we will do over here is we will write in the action page 1. Right now over here, what the two things we have to do by default is the content type and the print writer. So we'll write the content type, set content type, text HTML, character set is equal to UTF-8. And the second thing is print writer. Print writer out is equal to response dot get writer. So the third step which we will do over here is we will get the username which is there on the index.html page. Right. So here we'll write string uname is equal to request. So over here so the third step which we have to do over here is we have to get the username which is written over here. So we'll extract that and we'll write string uname is equal to request dot get parameter user ID. Now since it is a servlet page, we have to create HTML head, title, body over here. So we'll do that. First, out.println HTML head title. In the title we'll give it as page 1. We'll close the title, we'll close the head section, and the body section we will start from the next slide. So what we will do over here is we will open the body tag over here, and the same time we'll close the body tag first because it is always recommended, and with the body tag which we will also close the HTML tag. Now in between what we have to do is first thing we have to print the user a welcome message, that welcome and the username. So in the out.println what we will do is in the h1 tag we will print welcome and we'll write the username. So it will display on the screen the username which we have provided. After that what we have to do is we have to add cookies over here. We have to add cookie. Here we have to import http cookie. C1 is equal to new cookie, and the two parameters which are required is username, means the key, and the value. Two things are required over here. So the first parameter is key, so we'll write username. In the second we will write is uname, the variable of it. Now we'll create another cookie. C2 is equal to new cookie. Here again we have two parameters. First parameter is the key and second is the value. So the first we will write is visit number and the value of it is 1. So here what we have done is we have on the first page we are writing that the user has visited first time over here, right? Now we'll add both of these cookies to response.add cookie. First will be C1, second will be C2. We cannot add both of these together, we have to add it differently. Now what we have to do is we have to create multiple pages. So while after creating multiple pages we can get the increment of it, that how the visit value is getting incremented one by one. So here what we will do is we'll write the hyperlink for another page. So anchor tag, closing the anchor tag, in between we will write href is equal to page 2, and here we'll write the page 2 which will be displayed on the screen. So now let's create page 2 servlet. Right, so page 2 as the title, next add to deployment descriptor and click on finish. So here our servlet, that is page 2, is been created. So we'll again remove the unwanted data. Here as the request type will get changed to get because over there we are clicking on anchor tag. So anchor tag is always do get method. We'll write the scriptlet as same request, nothing will change apart from that. Throw servlet exception, IO exception. Inside that again the first two lines will be the same, that is response dot set content type text slash html character set is equal to utf-8. The next line will be print writer out is equal to response dot get writer. Now the next thing we have to do over here is we have to, since again it is a servlet file, so again we have to write the same part over here, html head title body, html head title, and the title goes as page 3. We'll close the title tag, we'll close the head tag. The body tag we will start again from the bottom below. Right, so here we'll open body tag and we'll give this body tag a color of yellow. So it will differentiate us that we were on the first page and now we have moved to the second page. So we'll close the body tag first as well as the HTML tag. So semicolon. Now what we have? So the next step is we have to get all the cookies over here. So we'll write cookie and import the package for it, and we'll convert it into an array. ck is equal to request dot get cookies. Because we are getting all the cookies from the previous page, and we'll continue it going ahead to the other pages. So here it will be a request method. Now what we have to do is first we have to check whether any cookies is present or not. So I is equal to 0, I should be less than ck dot length. So here we'll first check whether any cookies are present or not, right? So we are done with it. Now we have to check whether the user has visited previously or directly they have come to this page over here. So we'll type ck.i. Now we'll get the name. We'll get the name and we'll check whether the name equals to visit, whether is the visit present or the user has directly come over here. If it is not present, so what we have to do is we have to just print the username with its key, right? So what we have to do over here is we have to declare one variable count, because we have to increment, because the user has come from page 1 to page 2, from the first visit to the second visit. Here we'll do is integer dot %. Now we have to again get the value of it. So here we'll get the value of it, right? Once we get the value of it, we have to increment it. Once we have incremented it, now what we have to do is we have to show it to the user that what is their count. Right? So in this we'll add h1 tag. In the h1 tag, we'll write visit number plus the count. So it is done. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to update our cookie with recent count. So here we'll write count plus and double quotes, because we have to convert it into and string format. Since cookie is an integer, we have, with adding plus and double quotes, we have again concatenated and we have converted into an string. So we have incremented the value of the visit counter. Now what we have to do is we have to add this cookie, updated cookie, into the cookie section. So we have updated this. So over here it is this much. Now over here what we have to do in the else part, if in case it is not present, so what we have to do is ck of I dot get name. So we'll get the name, a space in between, and we'll get the value of it. So here we'll just get the name and the value over here. And what we have to do after that. So if what we have to do is we have to move to the next page. So out.println, here we are creating another pages over here. So href is equal to page 3. We'll write here page 3 because we are already on page 4. We'll create more 2 pages, page 4, page 5. So first let's create all the remaining 3 pages and then we'll add the code into that pages. Here we'll write page number 3. Next, add information to deployment descriptor and click on finish. So we have created page 3. Now we'll create page 4 with the same methods. Page 4, click on next, add to deployment descriptor, click on finish. So we have created page 4. Now we'll create page 5. So page 5, next, add information to deployment descriptor, click on finish. So we have created these 3 pages. Now what we have to do over here is the code will remain the same for remaining 3 pages. So just what we have to do over here is we have to just change over here, right? So here what we have to do is here we just have to change the title of it, page 3. So here we have written actually page, it should be page 2. Here it will be page 3. Here it will be page 4. And the next page it will continue the same. So the last page will be 5. Now what changes we have to do over here is on the page 3 we'll write page 2. So we can navigate from page 3 to page 4. In the page 4 we can navigate to page 2, page 3 and page 5. In page number 5 we can navigate to page number 2, page number 3, page number 4. Right, so all it is from the coding section. Now we check our output of it. So our code is ready, output is ready. So here we'll write our name over here, right, and click on enter. So here it has displayed welcome and our name. Now it has given us an option, hyperlink, to go to the next page. So we'll click on page number 2 and here we are on page number 2. So since we have also displayed this, so it will display our name plus it is also displayed the count. So we were on page 2, so it was written page 2. Now we are on page 3, so counter will be 2. Right? So if we move to the next page, page 3, the counter will get incremented. If you move to page 4, the counter will again get incremented. If you move to page 5, the counter will again get incremented. So we have traversed through 5 pages, so the counter is 5. Again, if we move to page number 3, it will display visit count 6. If you move to the next page, the counter will be incremented. If you move to the next page, the counter will, as and on we move to the next page, the visit counter will always get incremented over here, right? So it is all from this practical. Hope all of you all have understood the practical. Okay, so thank you.